Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg, and tonight we're going to be doing another short class on Gemini ascendant with Mercury and the different signs. Tonight we'll be doing Mercury also in Gemini. So this is going to be a person who's very, very mercurial nature, very changeable, very intellectual, very is a person, remember we're talking about you have the ruling planet in the first house, you're going to try to fulfill yourself, your Gemini nature, through yourself, right? You're going to be very self-important. Always there's somebody who's got their ruling planet in the first house, they're going to have a strong sense of their own self-importance, and I always call it the guru type of aspect, because this person wants to try to influence people by his own actions and his own deeds, right? He's going to influence the world just by being himself. That's the person. When they got the ruler of 1 in 1, and he's got the ruler of the first house in honor, so he's not going to give himself up to anyone else. He's going to follow his own star, his own dream, and go in his own direction, and not care to anybody. Because when always you have the ruling planet in its own sign, you don't give yourself up to another planet. In other words, if Mercury is in a Martian sign, eventually a person will give themselves over to Mars, whatever that may be. If it's in say 9th house, he'll give himself over to his teachers or to his profession, a law profession or something. But here the person is true to himself. He's not going to give himself over to give up his dream. And again, like we said, we always said that when a person has the ruler of 1 in the first house, again, very, very strong sense of self. They want to be noticed by other people. Right? So like I think I talked once before that actors are, for example, examples of people like this. All actors have strong first houses because they want to be, recognized. They want to be known. They want to be appreciated. And the easiest way to do that is to become a star. At least in America, to go for stardom in the theater or the stage or whatever, television. And so tonight we're going to do one character. I've been doing a lot of charts of different people to illustrate different points about the ruling planet. Tonight I have an interesting chart because I think it's going to illustrate some other points, especially about appearance. We really haven't talked that much about appearance in the chart. So I'm going to do a chart tonight of an actor, very famous Jewish actor, actually, born in the early 1900s. His name was Peter Lorre. That's not his real name, of course. He has a very nice Jewish name. I can't remember offhand what it was. Wait a second. Let's see. Maybe I can find what his real name was. Just for people's interest. Yeah, he was born Laszlo Lowenstein. Right, his name was Lowenstein. And so he was born in about 1904, right? June 26, 1904. At this one, I forget where I picked it off. I didn't pick it off from the usual sites. So let me give you his birthday if you want to look up his chart. He was born the 26th of June, 1904 at 1:20 a.m. in Rosenberg, Hungary. Rosenberg, Hungary. And it comes out here, the ascendant in a 0.22 Gemini. Right, the moon is 12 degrees Sagittarius, and the midheaven is 2602 Capricorn. Okay? So in any case, I want to do his chart. It was a very interesting chart. He was known for being he played parts in the movies of people who were very, very, let's say, very unappealing type of characters. He actually got to stardom as a serial killer. His first movie where he brought him to stardom was where he's a serial killer of little girls, And that sort of typecast him along the way. He never, when he went to Hollywood, he was really cast as the the sinister-looking foreigner, you know, who's always the devious, unlikable foreigner who sort of is played roles of very, very unseemly type of people. And you see in his chart, if you look at it, appearance, I don't know what he was in real life, if he was a nice guy or not. But in any case, so he was, if you look at his, remember we have a rule, if you have all the bad planets in angular positions, it's a very difficult chart. Especially if the sun and the moon, especially if the other planets, the good planets, are not so strong. And we'll see in his chart that that's the case in this chart. In this chart he's got, actually it's Gemini rising, like we said, and he's got Mercury in Gemini, which gives him a mercurial appearance. But his Mercury is exactly conjunct to Pluto. Almost exactly conjunct to Pluto, and that's already going to alter his appearance when you put and not only Pluto is there, but also Mars is an aspect to his ascendant. So he's got the lowest state of Mars, and then the higher Pluto, the higher octave of Mars, exactly conjunct to the Mercury. So especially Pluto gives you this sinister type of appearance when it's connected to the ruling planet. Right, and especially in his chart, because not only Pluto, but it's also Mars. And if you look at it more closely, he's got Saturn in the 10th house, exactly. He's got in the 10th house. It's trine to the ruling planet, but again, it's still bringing its Saturn nature to the Mercury. So his ruling planet is really touched by all three malefics. There's all very close aspects to the malefics: Saturn, Pluto, and Mars. Two of them almost exact, right? The Saturn and Pluto are exactly trying to each other, and both of them are within 1 degree, 2 degrees of Mercury. So he's got this very, very unappealing type of character in him. Right? Hopefully he took it out only in the movies. We don't really see in his... See, sometimes you have to know if it's the person is who he is in the movies and who he is in real life. I know he had a very difficult real life. You look at his chart, he's got he's got the moon in the... But besides having all the malefics on the angles, he has Venus and Jupiter. Neither of them really make an aspect to the ascendant or Mercury, and Venus is unconnected to the ascendant, and also the Sun is unconnected to the ascendant and the ruling planet, both of them, and the Mars and the Pluto are both opposite his moon. Right, and also Saturn's going to be in sextile, but because the Pluto and the Mars will be an aspect to his mutable moon. So he was divorced maybe 3 times and married and divorced 3 times. And from what I heard, he had a very, very very difficult last 10-15 years of his life. He suffered from morphine addiction. Right, you see, we're going to talk about later on. We get into some charts talking about alcohol and drug addictions. I don't want to get into it now because he doesn't have the classic drug. He got into drug addiction because he had tremendously pain from his gallbladder, and he had to either live with the pain or get addicted to morphine. And he ended up getting addicted to morphine. And by the time he got off it, he gained 100 pounds, and he got because of that, and his life got very, very complicated after that. But in any case, you see, his Sun is almost exact conjunct to Neptune. Always addiction is a Neptunian characteristic, and he's got the Neptune also very strong, conjunct the Sun, and just conjunct the Sun. But in any case, difficult life, the man, because he has all those malefics on the angles. And so in any case, that's tonight I want to show you how the appearance is also affected by having that the ruling planet, the Mercury, conjunct all three malefics. It gave him the ability to play all these sinister roles in the movies. I thank everybody for listening, and good evening.